Jesus, they came across a skeleton.
Watch your step, watch your step. I'm in a cave right now. Oh my goodness.
Remember, slaves do not have rights. So just in case they died, no proper burial. Just be thrown in the ocean, food for the fishes.
But this is a 400-year-old cannonball. Fire in the hole. What's going on? This man Sham, this is Sham Goes Global, and today I will be going to Mombasa. So I'm gonna see y'all on the other side. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go. All right, so this is future tense Sham right here. So as I'm editing this video, I actually noticed that there is a lot of good information in this video. So I want you guys to watch all the way to the end. I know it's one of my longer form videos, but I promise you it's gonna be worth it. So I appreciate y'all, and back to the video. I got my hydration. All right, so stop number one. I'm getting some. Yes, sir.
Question. You okay? Good. Jumbo. How are you, Molelian?
Good, brother. Good, brother.
You okay, my friend?
Yeah.
This one is a good price.
Huh?
You right there,
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You said Maasai bracelet?
Maasai bracelet, yeah? I give you 1,000.
Ah, man.
How much, man?
All right, so headed to the second spot right now. Just left the Nyali Center. Pretty dope place. They got like a little shopping area in there. Ooh, I see some ghosts right here. Ooh, in real time. In real time. See, stuff like that just happens, you feel me? It's turned out here, man. I love it out here. You got some sugar cane. That's what I'm talking about. Hey. Wait, what is this? What is it?
100 cachaça.
Well, like, I'm asking, I don't know. How much? Wait, coconut? How much for the coconut? The coconut?
Coconut 200.
How much?
200.
All right, so 200. How much for this? 100 for this. All right, so I'm about to try something called cachaça. I guess it's like some type of coconut snack or something. Oh, it's red. It looks like it's dyed or something. I don't know what to make of this. Ooh. This is delicious. Hold up. Oh, yeah, I like this. It tastes like a granola bar. It tastes like a coconut granola bar or something. Cachaça, baby, cachaça. Just made it to Fort Jesus right now. I'm finna go check out this museum with my tour guide right here. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to the people, man.
What's up?
Yes, sir. So we about to see what it's all about. He about to basically demonstrate and just take us around and show us what's going on.
Non-resident, it will be 1,200. Are you all Kenyans or Kenyans? Okay, so your charges will be 200.
They getting me, man. Non-residents got to pay 1,200, but if you Kenyan, it's 200. That is crazy.
Exactly, that is per person.
Wow. I had to bring my coconut.
This motherfucker is walking with us. You're crazy.
Ooh. Passage. Oh, arts.
So, for Jesus, it has survived for all those years. To be precise, 431 because of these rocks. These rocks are natural. They're called coral rocks. They are found along the ocean. I think you know of coral rocks, coral reefs.
Like coral reef, yeah.
Yes. So they are natural. These guys came here and carved the whole place. So we are actually in... this passage is like totally rocks.
We're basically in a rock, right?
Yes.
And this is all original. No, like nobody came and edited anything. This is just like how it originally looked.
Yes.
Wow. About to enter a cave, baby. Watch your step, watch your step. I'm in a cave right now. Oh my goodness. Wow. So like, what was this used for? Was this to like house people? Or?
Like when the Omans took over, the Omans are the Oman Arabs. Yeah, they took over, and this place was like a holding area for the slaves. Okay, yeah. Before the market was opened in Old Town. Old Town is in the in Old Port in the Old Town. Okay, so you can see here there are no windows. Okay, so it can get very hard for the slaves to breathe. And remember, slaves do not have rights. So just in case they died, no proper burial. Just be thrown in the ocean, food for the fishing. So it was sad times. Okay, yeah. And there was no specific number, so you just get filled inside here. What? It's not like 50 people are going to be in this cave. No, everybody's. If you have 100 slaves, put them inside there.
Oh wow.
So this is a skeleton, and in the year 1990, when archaeologists were doing the excavation here in Fort Jesus, they came across a skeleton. Okay, so if you see the hands are together, you see the hands together, and also at the back side the feet are together. Okay, this is a Christian burial. Okay? And the only Christians that lived here in Fort Jesus are actually the Portuguese. Okay, Arabs bury their people, hands are straight, sideways, facing Mecca. Okay.
So they never found the identity of where. It's like
They don't know specifically. Yes.
Even if you don't necessarily come from the East or you from the West, it's like a part that I honestly feel that each African American should come to Africa and visit, just seeing the history of it all and just experience it. Just like I just went to the slave chambers, like it's real touching, and it just makes me feel at home in a way, you know. But we about to go. But we about to go to the second part right now.
Yeah, this is yours, and then maybe if you want to try.
Damn.
It's heavy.
How much does it weigh?
This is like a 5, this one. It's heavy, heavy.
Wait, so
5 kg.
wait.
This is like, no, this one is like 20.
I didn't expect
20 kg.
This is like 5 kgs.
But this is a 400-year-old cannonball.
Aye.
Fire in the hole! Oh my goodness, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
so if you load now, hiyo nyameshika ni kama bullet yao. So you load it inside, you put gunpowder at the back side, washer, it reacts with fire and explodes now, coming out with force.
The hole is wide.
Yes, I think it was used too much.
Okay, so a difference between, I guess, America and Africa. So is it cool if I touch this?
Yes.
I can touch this.
You can't touch the ones in
You cannot
America.
touch the ones in America, I promise you. I can hear
Yeah.
them. Oh shit.
What can you hear?
Hello.
It's actually in Malay. Tell Ariel hello.
Oh wow. Ancestors, hello.
Hello. ¿Cómo estás, días?
Hello.
There's a nice view of the ocean.
Oh wow. So wait, what was this for? This is for what them looking and shooting at.
Exactly. Yeah. You see this structure that is up here. This is the watchtower where the guard used to stand 24/7, sees if enemies are coming from the ocean.
Oh,
because
wow.
most of the enemies used to come from the ocean. So just in case he sees enemies, he will inform the soldiers that used to be here to get ready for war.
Wow. So this is the Indian Ocean.
You make me down and down. Can see so love for me, girl. All right, my brother.
All right.
Enjoy your holiday.
Yes, sir. Yes,
God
sir.
bless you.
All right, you too.
It was found in 1992. That was like 51 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a full whale's body.
Yes. You have the
Or
skull on the
skeleton.
front. Yeah. The skull on the front side. You have the backbone, and then these bones that are coming down, those are the ribs. And words are mammals. They're not fish.
What are you touching?
I am touching a whale skeleton.
Oh.
So what was it? This is just like an old boat.
Follow me to that wall there.
I'm gonna ask my brother a question. So, what slaves back in the day were captured here? So where did they go? That's what I'm asking, basically.
Okay, the first question you're supposed to ask yourself is, why did the Portuguese decide to build it in Mombasa? Why not in Somalia? Why not in Tanzania? It's because during those years, 431 years ago to be precise, there was a very expensive trade that used to happen here in Mombasa. It was called the Indian Ocean Trade. That trade was very expensive because it used to trade in slaves, ivory, and spices. Okay, so when the Portuguese came here, they wanted to monopolize that trade, and the only way they could do it is to build this fort, because this fort to them, it was like a military base, because you can see the different types of cannons which they used to fight their enemies. Okay, so most of the enemies to the Portuguese were mainly the Oman Arabs. I think you're familiar with the country Oman in the Middle East. Okay, so they came here, fought with the Portuguese, and actually won. Okay, that was in the year 1698. So that is like 197 years after the Portuguese reign. Okay, so Omans were mainly majoring in slave trade. Okay, so they used to capture slaves from interior parts of Kenya and bring them to the coast and sell them as slaves. So how they used to acquire them is if you're walking alone, they kidnap you. Okay, if you owed anybody debt, you had to be if to pay your debts, you had to come here in the Mombasa to be sold as a slave. Okay, and back then we had inter-community clashes whereby different communities used to fight with different communities. So the losing community will be captured as captives and sold to the coast. So that is how people used to acquire slaves during those days. So after the Oman Arabs came the British. I think you're also familiar with scramble and partition of Africa. Yeah, whereby different European countries came to colonize different countries in in Africa. So Kenya was colonized by the British. So the British came here first of all, they came here in 1895 for colonization. And when you're colonizing a different type of group, there are those who are going to resist you. So there's this community called Giriama. I don't know if you're familiar with someone called Mekatilili Wamenza. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. She was a woman who led the resistance here in the coast. So most of them were captured and imprisoned here in Fort Jesus. So if you take a look at Fort Jesus at the windows, we have the metal bars. Okay. Yeah, so it used to be a prison. So the last purpose of this fort, it was actually a prison.
So my brother just did an amazing breakdown on exactly how the East African slave trade happened. So I do have another question for you. Were there any Africans from the West that either migrated to Kenya and came and then they got captured because they weren't necessarily a part of a certain tribe on the East, or, you know?
Yeah, so they did not influence
Right.
What happened in Fort Jesus.
Right, so it's basically like kind of two different slave trades, the Atlantic slave trade and the Indian slave trade.
What I can say about Western slave trade, they had abolished slave trade in Western Africa. So in Eastern Africa, that is when it was
going on.
Yes, so it was booming. Now you can
Wait,
say
so
it picked up.
when did the East slave trade end?
East,
or the
Eastern.
Indian or the Indian slave trade? When did the Indian slave trade end?
Indian Ocean slave trade.
Indian Ocean
yeah,
slave
okay.
trade.
We can say the coming of the British, because the British did not want slave trade to continue. They wanted people to stay in their homes so that they can work in their farms. Okay. Yeah. So they even introduced Kipande system. I don't know if you know Kipande system. Exactly. So that people can stay in their houses. Yeah. They minimized the movement. Okay. But the Arabs are still practicing. We can say secretly, because in Fort Jesus there are secret tunnels that used to lead the slaves to Zanzibar. You can imagine where we came from. We are pretty much on top.
Oh wow.
Not on top of the
So
world.
basically they can look over and see the slaves and stuff.
This used to be a room. Okay, you see there's like a base, floor base. I don't know if you see it on the wall, there's like a line. Yeah, so it used to be a line, like a floor, and then it collapsed down.
Oh.
Yeah, down there where we are from, it was a passage. Okay.
Okay.
Where we were from, the passage of Acts, down. If that was a gun, this will be a sword, right? And then what will this be?
Look like probably body armor. Like with a hole, yeah, it's like got a hole in it, right? Don't it?
Shield, the shield.
Oh, the shield. Damn, how they shielding themselves with this? Ain't no.
That is how it used to be. Just a small one. So I think this, maybe someone shot it, or I don't know. So this is how the shield used to look like from the back side. Okay, it has a handle. Okay. Yeah, so you defend yourself. Apart from that one, we have this. This is called kanjar in Arabic, even in Hindu. It's a dagger. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually straight. It is not curved. One advantage of it being straight is curved. Where the dagger rests, it's called a sheath. Okay, so it is curved because when you're sitting down, it doesn't pierce you, and also when you're in battle, it is easy to remove it. Okay, these paintings were painted 300 years ago, to be precise 1697. Okay, so the painting it showcases about Portuguese life that they lived here in Fort Jesus. You can see Portuguese are known to be sea-traveling people. That is why you will notice a lot of ships. Portuguese were put under siege by the Arabs for 2 years and 9 months, and it forced them to eat anything for survival purposes because the food was getting scarce. So it forced them to eat wild rats. Okay.
Rats.
Yeah. So these rats, unfortunately, these rats had diseases. So they started dying. So you choose, you either die from starvation or you die from diseases.
Okay, so I was wondering why the doors were so short, because like I'm 6'2", so I hit my head the first time coming through these. That's crazy.
So maybe you can prove it if you go to Portugal. They're called Oman doors, okay?
Oman Arab.
Yes, yes. So you can find them in Zanzibar. Do you know Zanzibar, the island south of us? You can find them in Mombasa, and you can also find them in another island called Lamu in the north of Mombasa.
Wow, just so, they carved this out of wood too. That is so crazy.
This one is another one. This is Mabuyu.
Okay, Mabuyu. What is it?
Mabuyu too. This one is, how are they called?
This one.
Achar. Yeah.
About to hit my head this time.
Just check it out. always has sayings when it's down. Swahili sayings.
So what does this mean? What is it? I don't even want to butcher it. Natasa mahali maovu. I don't know.
Nastamili maovu maneno hayana hofu.
Okay, it basically means nastahimili, like I endure bad, like omen, people talking about me, yeah, like bad vibes. I endure bad vibes. Words don't have a scar, you see.
So like basically sticks and stones can break my bones, words never.
Yes, exactly, yes.
I like the patterns though. The patterns are.
Because every color has a saying.
So are these like associated with any type of tribes? Or
yes, this is Mijikenda people, the local people in coastal area. They wear these types of clothes.
Okay. That's cool.
Kwanza hata najua hizi.
They also traded in ivory. Ivory is
ivory trade.
So this is real
Elephant.
Yeah, the horns, but no, that's a Quran. Quran is a religious scripture for the Muslims. And this is leaders of the Arab people that used to control Mombasa in the 1800s. It was a family affair. It is called the Al-Busaidi family. Okay? Yeah. So everybody is from the same family. You can see the last name, Al-Busaidi, Al-Busaidi, Al-Busaidi.
And there you have it. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Man, I had a really amazing time at Fort Jesus today. And I learned a lot about East African history. And honestly, it just gave me a whole new perspective on exactly what happened back in the day. So I am very grateful that I made this trip out to Mombasa. But yeah, it's your man Sham, and this is Sham Goes Global, and we out.